You don't know who you messing with. You don't know. You don't.
I run you up and down the Serengeti. Heads ain't ready. I chew you up and spit you out like chicken confetti. My rhymes are heavy like elephants, stomping your regiments, dismembering all your limbs, ripping your ligaments. I break you down to an atom, change your chemical structure, roots and culture. You don't wanna fuck with this brother. I'm like a time bomb over a fresh can of whip. Apple stylus plexiglass, got you face down in the grass, ready to blast. Sticky for your jewels and your cash. Call me Robin Hood. Take the loot back to the hood. I wish you would try to retaliate. I wait like a sniper, beat you like Street Fighter, heat you up like a lighter. Don't need no ghost rider. Original skill, killing at will. Terminates career like the pill. This is real, not no fiction. Came up for my jurisdiction. I'm liver than you, whether freestyle or written. Hitting hard like a hammer, like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. Plain and simple, bringing the pain. Won the battle. What? I'm ready to do this. Beat your ass like Lennox Lewis. Play you out like Parker Lewis.
All right. Y'all see it. We live today. We got things to do. So we're going to go live and give y'all a little show today. Well, and it's apropos that we played the intro with the Byron Robinson cut, because what they're saying is B-Rob and Jahan Doss are going to have a breakout year in their second year. They're saying they're looking for big things from these guys. And really, the whole team is being poo-pooed, however you want to say it, because we have a rookie quarterback, basically.
Yes, sir.
And everything is going to depend on whether he can get the playmakers the ball. So we're gonna see this game this year and see what they can do, man. Because I think that's true. I think that it all depends on the quarterback. And luckily, we have a decent enough backup quarterback if anything ever happens, that either he's not the guy or he gets hurt. We won't go down the rabbit hole trying to find a quarterback like we've been doing for the last, feels like 10 years. You know? So today we have a guest. Now he hasn't popped in yet, but he wanted to get on and tell us how bad we were at our opinions of Emmanuel Forbes. I talked to him a little bit, but I told him hold it to the screen time, because a lot of people say stuff and they don't want to come on. They don't want to show up. So I didn't want to have a conversation with him, and then he didn't show up, and I'm like wasting my time. So we're gonna see if he show up today. But in the meantime, Big Al, what do you think about that, man? What do you think about them guys breaking out this year?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be for those guys, those second-year players, get an opportunity to know what the NFL is all about, know what kind of training they need to do, what type of workouts, and what's the ins and outs of the NFL and the regiment. So those guys be more familiar, a little more comfortable, and let their natural athletic ability take over now. So I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I'm hoping that Howell is just a better all-around talent quarterback than we had the last couple of years. He definitely has a stronger arm, more athletic than Heineke. We all know that, and we know Wentz. Time had ran out. I mean, he does not. His NFL career was pretty much at the end. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, no one's picked him up, so he's probably at the end. So Wentz wasn't
That's true.
I don't think it get any worse than Wentz. Now they're saying that, we have the worst quarterback in the NFL. We last place in his quarterbacks.
Well, he was ranked 39. That means some backup quarterbacks are better than him.
Yes, yeah. So, unfortunately, I mean, that's good because, got to prove him wrong now. This is what sports is all about. You got to prove him wrong.
Absolutely.
So, we don't believe that he's the 39th quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We saw the talent in North Carolina, and we hoping that he can prove it with, EB, Eric Bieniemy's help. He can prove it. That, he can distribute that ball to these. I think we have some pretty good weapons on our team too. I think we got pretty good weapons on our team. That he can distribute that ball to these players. He has something to prove. And if not, we got it, like you said, Deacon. We got a pretty decent backup. We know somebody that can at least play ball management. He's he doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't throw up on himself. And he's just a good ball manager. He did an excellent job just kind of playing ball management at Cleveland last year. So we do have a pretty decent backup.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I say, what's up, Daryl Taylor and Salib, bro? you know, them guys always come through, man. We appreciate that. And we have, like I said, we have a special guest coming on if he comes on. So if any one of you two guys want to come on, or whoever else is in the chat want to come on, just put it out there. We'll put the link out, and you just pop on, and we'll talk. Today we're just going around robin, man. We're just talking. You know, it's talking football. You know, it's early in the season. It's OTAs next week. So, you know, you just got to get into it the way we do it, man.
Well, you know, we got a lot of criticism for our, you know, I doubt on Forbes, you know what I'm saying? The Slim Reaper, you know, you know what I'm saying? The skinny Deion Sanders, you know what I'm saying? And it's not about his play. I didn't say his play was bad, that his tape is not excellent. I'm just saying, can he hold up in the NFL, you know, 17-game season, 17 game 17
season. Games, man. 17 games at that size.
At that size, can his body hold up? You know, we have a lot of players that get injured. You know, St. Juice bodies just have the last 2 years haven't hold up. You know what I'm saying? So, and what's our safety? We have an excellent safety, but he just can't
curl.
His body just doesn't hold up for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's the concern about Forbes. Is he the number one pick? We need him. Obviously, we picked him. He is a playmaker. He can cover, but can he hold up for 17 games? We need him the availability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's important too. And I think so when it came to it, it was either Emmanuel Forbes, which we weren't expecting to pick, or Gonzalez. Now you have two ways of thinking about this, right? You have it the way that I think that the Washington Commander hierarchy was thinking about it, which is we need turnovers. We need somebody to get out there and get aggressive on catching the ball and turning the ball over. There's two ways to do it, and that is so we can get more possessions, more offensive time. But you got two ways. You got the aggressive corner who is susceptible to out and ups, stop and goes, because he's aggressive on that first cut, trying to, you know, intercept the ball and turn it over. Or you got who we thought, I think, if I'm speaking for everybody, Gonzalez, who was more of a shutdown corner, who can get us 3 and outs. You know, either taking a chance and turning the ball over, getting a turnover and going and getting better field position, or 3 and outs. And I was under the pressure. I would like the constant 3 and outs as opposed to maybe one pick every 2 or 3 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and Gonzalez had the NFL body too. Let's face the fact. You know,
that's true. He was NFL ready.
Yeah, he was NFL ready. And not to say Forbes, you know, he played SEC at 170 pounds, you know, and played some of the best receivers, you know, that now are playing NFL, and he played them well. So, you know, Forbes has played it this way at a pretty good conference. It's just that pounding, you know, day in and day out that I'm concerned about with Forbes. Trey, what do you think about the number 1 pick that we picked up?
I'm going to go back to Deacon's original question, which is Brian Robinson and Dotson. I see how we jump. We jump from that, the quarterback, the number 1. We always got a number 1. But
it's round robin, baby. We're going around.
Nah. Listen to me. The number 1 thing that we got to know is that even though we're getting poo-pooed on, Brian Robinson, after being shot, I repeat, after being shot
twice,
almost had 800-yard season.
Yeah.
Stats would say that is definitely going into next season as being a possible great year if Mr. Bieniemy has any sense he's going to utilize that weapon, unlike Mr. Turner. But Mr. Turner obviously did, because I got to give Scott some credit. How does guy get 800 yards? Either that's pure talent or that he knew that what he had in the back, even after being shot. Dotson also got injured. Am I right? Still over 500 yards in receiving. And that's with having whatever you want to call our quarterback situation. So, I mean, these two guys, going back to your original question, absolutely, with the acumen of a Super Bowl winning OC, and a quarterback, and going back to what Big Al said, even with a veteran journeyman, i.e., that we have as backup, oh man, we should really see some major numbers from these two guys, which is going to make everybody take notice. So I need everybody to wipe the sweat off the brow just because we don't have the premier quarterback that we were looking for. I really do feel like we still have the talent. Now, going back to Mr. Forbes. Mr. Forbes, I was introduced at the draft. I'm probably one of many who I will admit, because I don't care, but a lot of people wouldn't admit that. After watching tape, I was very, very pleased to see what he was. Don't get me wrong. But nobody could tell me, well, a lot of people might, those individuals who are just always eating college ball and this and that, know every detail of every player that's ever played college ball.
Phantom guess?
Those guys knew that. I didn't know that. I knew what the media was giving me and feeding me as far as who the top cornerbacks were. We had the opportunity to get one of those two. And I was like, well, why didn't we get one of those two? And we get this guy I never heard of. But I've seen some things at practice. I've seen some things in that. And again, I don't care. It could be anybody. As long as he's balling out, ball out. St. Juice did it. I like him. I want him to come back healthy and strong. I think that would be a nice duo set, two young guys. But the thing still remains. This is the NFL. There's some big bodies going around. Hey, my counterpart down here is bigger than Swearinger. He proved that last, what was it, 2 shows
Hey, I
ago?
feel good too. I put my jersey on.
Yeah, you saw that? Look at you. Look at you. You know, hey, look, he pulled a muscle putting that jersey on. He's bigger than Swearinger. So I'm trying to say he's not NFL caliber shape right now. So I'm worried because, you know, individuals that are on the sideline don't help. And we do not need, individuals hurt. And one thing about Washington, what always happens, gentlemen?
Yeah, no doubt. We get hurt.
We cannot.
We go through the whole roster.
Oh,
Now,
my God.
The
We
new
cannot.
owner proposed.
Even our big boys, Rouillet couldn't even stay on the field.
Right. Our new owner proposed that, after touring the facility in the process of buying the house, that we needed at least $100 million upgrade to our training facility.
Really?
It just wasn't adequate enough for the NFL, league. So obviously Snyder was pricey. He was pricey in one aspect. I can't say Snyder didn't spend money because he did spend money, but other aspects he was kind of cheap on. And I suspect that Snyder might have cut the budget a little bit on the healthcare part. You know what I'm saying? And some of the training part. You know what I'm saying? I suspect. Now, like I said, Snyder was getting the Deion Sanders and the Bruce Smiths. He was willing to pay them, but they had to get their own doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Basically. So, Mr.
They was going to patient first, Al.
Patient first. Hey, man, one dude said he couldn't see. He asked for them to get an eye check. They said, you and your own partner. Carlos Rogers. Remember the cornerback, Carlos Rogers?
Yeah.
He couldn't see. He went to the 49ers. They checked his eyes and realized that he was, the 49ers, he was all pro for them. Carlos Rogers was all pro. He left us, went there. All they did was check his eyes and put contacts on. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm hoping that with the Harris Group gets together and starts investing money into training and diet and nutrition, and so we won't have these injuries that we had in the past. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's obvious, just by reading that, what the Harris team was talking about, that some of that stuff needs to be poured into that side of the business. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't right.
I know.
Trey, right.
I know.
So let's get back to actually on the field, and what Trey Z was talking about is Brian Robinson. They said that when Brian Robinson gets 45% of the playtime and the ball, we're 4-1. We're 4-1-1. That's a pretty good stat, man. And he said that it took him all year to try to recover his energy and his strength in his legs. So he was doing that on maybe 70%.
Engine. He was doing that engine.
So just imagine. I mean, let's look at what we got, because I don't think Cowboys got a running back at this point. Pollard's coming back with a knee injury. Those don't heal right away. You don't get a full strength on that, man. And like you said, we are good at stopping the run better than we are stopping the pass. And that's what we kind of addressed in the draft. So, I mean, people are just, writing us off, man. And I saw a guy today. He was like 5 and 12. First of all, that's not even the right number. But you are you a fan or you just random? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that we're going to beat some people that we should not beat. That just happens every year. I mean, we shouldn't beat the Eagles last year. They were undefeated. We shouldn't have beat Pittsburgh the year before that. They were undefeated. There are going to be games that we're going to have that we're going to get the best of just because
we're the trap team.
Yeah,
the trap team. Yeah,
hey, that works for us sometimes.
It works a lot.
So I'm predicting that we at least get into the playoffs, man. And if we don't, it will be a disappointment to me, because you got all the stink out of the building with the Snyder gone, so you don't have that excuse anymore. Shit runs downhill. And we got a new offensive coordinator, so you don't have that excuse anymore of a guy that doesn't know how to develop a game plan and call plays on the fly as watching the game while he's watching the game. So you don't have that excuse anymore. You got a quarterback that is going to be running the system that he ran best in college. So you're kind of
he fits
you're making your game plan around the quarterback, which works. You have three good runners. I think we're going to lose the water bug this year.
Think you're going to get cut?
Yeah, I think we're going to lose the water bug this year.
I think you're going to make the team, Deacon. This is why. Because the enemy likes a little small running back, too.
We got two of those.
Who's the other small running back?
They just got number 24. Well, I don't know his number going to be on a team, but the dude from Kentucky.
Yeah, he's a
small
big guy.
Dude, but he's small.
He's 5'11", 220.
Well, he ain't that small. So
he's a bruiser.
Yeah. They picked up somebody from the XFL too.
They
brought
did?
him in. Yeah, but I think he's a big dude too. So we don't. I think they're moving towards Antonio Gibson being that guy.
Yeah, he's going to be a receiver / running back, and they're also talking about having the wide. What's the dude the wide receiver? Sanders? Who's
Samuels?
Samuels is going to be doing that Debo Samuel type thing.
Oh yeah.
And which he does, and when he does, at least for us, even though your boy only wanted to see success one time,
he doesn't want
successful at it. It was like he'll do it. It's like, oh man, we got 12 yards, and we won't see it until game 3. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that? It doesn't make any sense. That's what he does. He's that quick twitch guy that we've been looking for, and he just wasn't used, man. He never was used.
I agree with you in that trade.
That dude does not get, when he's in open space, him and Dotson are the ones that everybody got to be like, we got to tackle these guys. Mm-hmm. Robinson is going to run you over. Gibson is, he's elusive every once in a while. But those guys are playmakers when it comes to, we got the ball in open space. Look out.
Yeah, and Roger, I understand what you're saying, bro. But I mean, even being a realist, 5 is a little low. 5 and 12 is a little low.
Come on, Roger.
And our rookie, our new linemen, you got to admit that even though they're new, they're better than what we had last year.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Even if they weren't or not, I believe in our offensive coordinator who's going to be able to define talent this time.
And scheme around them, too.
I'm thinking that this guy could see the talent. He's been around what works. He's been around what's been successful. So he's able to see and he match things up to say, you know what? These guys do stink, Roger. So now I'm going to go and figure out how to get some other people in here and call some folk. I think this is the offensive coordinator is going to do that, not just say, we'll work with him. he's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like the bowl with him. I mean, those kind of things. It's going to be a little different, Roger, man. So I hear what you're saying, man. But come on, man.
And these are professionals too. So you got a professional center. Okay, we brought in. That's what he does. He plays center. Came here to play center. You got Cosme moving down the guard. He should be able to play guard. It's just like Sheriff. He's gonna be just like Sheriff. Moving down the guard, he can be a better player. He got some little arms, so he's a guard. He's gonna be all right. We picked up a tackle, and then you got the rest of the guys fighting for left guard because the left tackle is gonna be Leno. You know, I mean, he's whatever. But I think that is much better than what we had last year. Not much better. Let me say that. It's marketably better. Okay,
it's a little
you
better.
can see it.
We want it to be.
I think
we would have to see
Tell the truth. Shame the dope. We want it to be.
I'm working on it. I'm trying.
We need it to be.
Our only really dead spot in the offense is our tight end. We don't know what we got at tight end because we don't know what Leno's. What's his name?
Logan Thomas.
Logan. Yeah, we don't know what Thomas going to be.
You don't forgot his name, man.
He did last year. We don't know what Thomas going to be this year, man, with that knee.
But you know what? That says
we drafted.
You know what that says though, because he was hurt, he didn't play. They didn't get rid of him. That was a nice little cap space. They looking at this guy's potential. So that's what I think is going to be awesome if he's healthy. You know, when he's healthy, that he can ball.
No, do that. I mean,
so that goes back to Big Al. Somebody need to put down that 100,000. What was it? 100 million?
Yeah, some crazy number.
Whatever they got to do, they got to put whatever down, man, to get these guys.
Hey, I like the joint practice. Don't y'all like the joint practice? Because you're hitting live.
Yes,
you know
joint practice, you get to see the gunpowder. Joint practice, you get to see the heart.
Can really, you know, because we all know that Baltimore is a better team, better staff, better talent on their team. We know Baltimore is in front of us. Let's say we have to admit that. So we can really judge ourselves, and it's going to be on TV, on HBO at the same time. So, you know, we get to see off-site stuff, you know, because I think Baltimore was on, what's the show that'll be on HBO?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. Baltimore's on Hard Knocks this year. So
good, because Hard Knocks is a jinx. That's good.
Yeah, and you know, with the joint practice, and this is why I don't get too excited with Emmanuel Forbes just yet, because our secret guest still ain't show up. He's you know what I'm talking about? That's why I didn't have a conversation. I gotta wait till he come on.
Hey man, come on, man. Give him a chance.
I say 8 o'clock.
Put up what Roger just said. Put up what Roger said.
I will. Get to that next. But with joint practices, see right now, Emmanuel Forbes is practicing against the other rookies.
Yeah. He's
not practicing against Jahan. He's not practicing against our number ones. You know what I'm saying? So when you get into that phase of practices, then you can see what you got, and then you get away from the same plays and the same player to new guys that you
who's
don't
he
know
practicing
about,
against
really.
the Ravens? Who's the guy?
That's when.
Who's he practicing? What's the guy name that likes to get in the bathtub?
Come on, man, stop.
Likes to party with the other dudes in the bathtub. What's that guy's name? That's the guy he's been practicing against with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying?
His name all the time.
Now, Roger did drop it on us with this one. Here. Now, that is facts. I don't have a clue. Normally, when you throw the backup in, you're usually throwing your hands up. Help us, please. You know what I'm saying? This is a good point. You can't argue that.
No, you can't.
I think they picked that back up for the veteran leadership because they obviously don't know what Howard's going to do. You know, I mean, they really don't. They don't know what Howard's going to do. We would like to see. We only seen him for 19 plays against the Cowboys, and he had a coordinator that really wasn't friendly towards his skill level. Just that one game. So we really don't know what Howard's going to do. So they picked up, I think, a veteran quarterback, you know, just to hand the ball off and play, we call Ron ball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3 runs in a cloud of dust and, in the screenplay. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying. So I think EB, I'm sure they have a contingency plan that if Howe doesn't work out, we're gonna fall back to Rogers, Gonzalez, and what's the other boy name? The other running back.
Rogers. What?
Rogers, Gonzalez.
The water? You're not talking about the water boy. You're talking about AG, right?
AD.
Antonio Gibson.
That's Antonio Gibson. So they're gonna fall back in those 3 running game, and there's just running with a cloud of dust and try to run behind. Hopefully, we run behind a good offensive line that can run block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. I think they got him because they've noticed, and everybody who knows Jacoby knows that he's a good backup. He's a good teacher of the he doesn't press you as a second guy. You know what I mean? So he's a good teammate.
He doesn't turn the ball.
He's good in the locker room. He's good in film study and stuff like that. Which all of that stuff we need for Sam Howell because right now he is the only veteran on the team.
So in other words, when it's time for Brissett, we go vanilla. Right?
It's easier to go vanilla than to go RPO. You know what I'm saying? So you go RPO, and if he gets hurt or something happens, it's easy to bag off those plays and just play regular ball.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Can Brissett throw the long ball?
Oh yeah, his arm was much better than Heineke. He's much better.
So what I'm saying, you know how Heineke closed his eyes and let your boy do it. Brissett should be able to put it in his hands. So we go vanilla. We go post flies, drags. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And we beat people down with the run,
off tackle,
and play good defense.
Yeah, that's why we
maybe one sweep with your boy Samuels. You know what I'm saying? We go vanilla, man.
I'm always scared he'll get hurt when he run the ball.
but you know, and he's only got hurt that first year, and he hasn't been hurt since. So
no doubt, and that's impressive, you know. So because we need him to be his natural self because if he goes down, we really don't have a fourth one. So that would move Jahan up. That next guy. Who is that next guy? Because we don't have Sims anymore.
We got Brown.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Roger, you know you can come on, man. You got to keep tight.
Hold on.
Pop on. The link is in the chat.
You were jumping out your seat when Heineke was able to connect with Brown a couple times, man. Come on now.
I was happy because he was seldom seen.
Yeah, but that was his skill set is the deep ball, man.
Yeah, listen, you're right. He's not a route runner. He stretches the field, and the one advantage he really probably has at this point is he went to college with the quarterback.
Yeah,
so they might have
he has chemistry with the quarterback. He does have chemistry. Yeah. Hey, but what y'all say about this Chase Young? Sweat. You heard about they were talking about trading Chase Young to Kansas City.
I heard Cleveland too. I heard Chicago too.
Yep. You know, people were interested in Chase Young with the bum knee, and they wanted.
What do you want back?
Well,
a pick.
They were gonna give picks. Now, not high picks, but some picks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Obviously, it wasn't good enough for
he's still here.
That's why he's still here. Obviously, the picks they were offering wasn't good enough. But Kansas City made an offer for Chase Young for picks.
Well, man, come on, man. Listen, that's what I said. The guy. Defensive Rookie of the Year. That is not a small thing, gentlemen. There's a lot of defensive players, man, that coming out every year, man, to be number one on the then Washington football team squad that Mr. Roger Smith likes to call mediocre. I see you in that next thing, Roger. Come on, man. Likes to call mediocre. I mean, that says a lot. And we weren't together. We weren't gelling, but his talent was phenomenal. Injury is an injury. The epitome of a man is how you bounce back. So I'm thinking that, again, we already said, I hope we're still sticking with it, gentlemen. The battle is Sweat or Chase to the wire. Take off everything. Let loose, pull the plug, let everything fly, because everything is going to be one end, left side, right side, strong side, hard, live side. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you want to know something about Chase? He is not at workouts.
He's what?
He is not at workouts.
So what does that mean?
That means he's doing what he did 2 years ago, which it didn't show up.
But he's working out because you see the tape.
He's working out, but not in the facility where they want him to be.
Well, he did.
I mean, they already told him he's not getting his contract extended.
Before the contract, then he came in. And once they said
they
wasn't going to pay him, he left. Right. I mean, you would do the same thing, though, wouldn't you? I mean, he never really worked out with us. Anyway.
It depends if I want to stay with the team.
Well, see, the thing is, Deacon, is that these young guys, and that's what Doc Walker said. That's what Mike Martin said. I think they're same era, but two different squads. The young guys are different, man. That team camaraderie, that Ubuntu thing that your boy Ron tried to do didn't fly. He didn't bring it back up again because everybody's pretty much doing what they do, man. And I don't know if it's something that us old guys we hold on to because we just want to see it. We want to see that thing. I think, like, for example, the only team that I could think that does that is the New England does it well, but I think it's because Belichick enforces it. So you have to have
does it well too.
I think okay, you know what? I think Pittsburgh does it better. I stand corrected, Big Al, because I think that Tomlin, what he's able to do is develop the true. We are all in this. Yeah. You don't want to be the one not there. You don't want to be the one late. You don't want
to miss nothing.
Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah. I think Belichick enforces it. That's another way to do it. Like, if you can't stay here. Matter of fact, I know he does because that's what Ocho Cinco said. Ocho Cinco said his thing was brief because Belichick was a beast. He was like, I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do it just like I say. And so he took a back seat. He wasn't one or two. Ocho Cinco was a receiver 3, I think, when he was at New England, man. Yeah. So Belichick was like, this is what you're going to play if you want to be here or out the door. So, and Ron, and I'm looking, thank you, Roger, for coming on and giving us a lot of, intel and speaking to us, man, because he seemed to be dropping it. He ain't using the curse words no more, but Ron definitely, I feel what you're saying. This is it. This is Ron's year, man.
This is last year.
I said it last year. I was heavy on the coaches last year. Every 5 minutes, I would say the coach this, coach that. Guys got mad at me, but I just think that this is where we at right now, man. These guys, I do agree. Let's look at the talent. Let's focus on that, and if they're not producing on the field, because, they'll easily blame the offense on the enemy. But Ron, and then you got your boy over there, Del Rio. So then what is Ron doing? You know what I'm saying? And coaching is about inspiration. Coaching is about motivation. Coaching is about mentoring. Coaching is all those things that outside of him going to the little press conference and going, well, we got to do better. There's a lot of things we got to work on. I mean, everybody knows what he's going to say. I just like, can we just erase that? Don't even let Ron speak because we know what he's going to say. He's not going
to be enemy. They call him a head coach. Isn't it like offensive head coach or something like? It has a funny title. Doesn't be enemy. He don't have. It's not offensive coordinator. It's like offensive head coach.
No, he's the offensive coordinator, assistant head coach.
Yeah, assistant head coach. Yeah, he got to add a little joint
on.
So
that means, see, now if I'm the coach, right? And they're giving me an assistant head coach. Now I got a little chip on my shoulder because I'm like, I didn't ask for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Not to be the assistant head coach. Sure, we replacing this other guy as the OC, but he get 2 positions. So it's almost like, yeah, you're gonna do this, but you want to. Nah, man. If I'm Ron, I'm. Hey, look, I'm going into the what do you call it, locker room, my shirt off. You know what I'm saying? I'm acting like I'm trying to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm chewing on a mouthpiece, giving all kind of inspirational speeches. I'm reading Gandhi. I'm doing everything I can to stay, man, because I'm already out the door based on this guy. If we lose games and it's not my fault, I'm still going because this guy's going to fill my spot, assistant head coach. That's deep, man.
I think this year we can, if he doesn't perform to the level that. Like ascending level. That
What's the number?
I'm saying he got to get at least 8 sacks.
No.
what? Talking about number of what Chase got to do?
Yeah.
He got to be a good 8 sacks, 2 strip fumbles, maybe take it to the house, one of them.
199-yard touchdown.
Not 99 yards, but take it to the house. Because, I was looking at your boy, hey, what's the dude that was a sack leader for years? It's the Redskin sack leader.
Dexter Manley?
No, it's not Dexter. It's Kerrigan.
Kerrigan,
Ryan
Ron
Kerrigan.
yeah.
Ryan Kerrigan averaged 11 sacks for 10 years. He had 2 years with 14 sacks.
Yeah.
So, and from the day one, he averaged that. So, if Chase can't get 8 sacks, so he can't get.
Well, really, 8 sacks, man. 8 sacks is a normal year for Sweat.
Yeah, that's my point. He can't
So
get
that's just
8
normal.
sacks. Then we got to call him a bust. Even though he had the injury, we got to call him a bust. And he's going to be out of here. He's not going to be here.
So, so I always
We should have traded him. If that's the case, we should have traded him for that 5th round pick.
Yeah. No question. No question. I mean, if that's the case, yeah. But
if he gets 8 sacks, 8 sacks is a good amount.
8 sacks is a great year for any DN.
It's coming off a knee.
No. Ryan Kerrigan for 10 years straight averaged 11 sacks a year.
Yeah,
11 sacks a year.
That was
and he wasn't all pro. He wasn't even all pro. He's not even a jacket wearer. Dexter Manley had 18 sacks one year.
Yeah,
that's true.
Charles Mann had 15 sacks one year.
We're not killing it on the end, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, and so my point of the matter is that this dude was the number 2 pick. We picked him over Herbert, over the quarterback that we always need.
Hey, you notice Deacon Al will not let that go.
Every time he bring it up,
oh man, it's like it's not Chase Young, it's Chase Herbert. Herbert Chase.
He can't give me 8 sacks this year, and he better resign with us too.
That's the thing. We're gonna have to make a decision on whether we go with another 1 year, as far as a 1 year wonder, because that 1 year he was good the first year, and then we haven't had anything since. Now we're looking for contracts. I hate people on contract years, man. But he's wanting another contract.
Contract years. That means I'm gonna get the most out of him.
Yeah, that's when you get the most out of him. But then after you get them contracted, because they're not hungry anymore.
Well, at least we get some wins from that. I want him to get that. I want him to get that at least 11.
How many wins does Ron need to stay on as head coach?
I think what Trey said last time, man, with my man, Tracy said last time, 12-5 or something like. You said 12-5, right? I think that would keep him as a head coach. Anything less than that, and he might have to win a playoff game too.
I'm about to say, what if we get 12-5 and get in the playoffs and lose to Miami?
I think Harris is going to fire him.
Listen, if the man gets 12 wins after being Mr. 500, that's going to keep him here, man. I
keep telling y'all that. Yeah,
keep him here, man.
That probably will keep him here, but what's going to happen is we're going to lose Bieniemy, and then we're going to be 8-8 the next year.
Why are we going to lose Bieniemy? Because Bieniemy was the reason why we got 12.
Because Bieniemy is going to be off for the head coaching job.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's about, like I said, it's the evaluation of the talent. Everybody's getting evaluated talent-wise.
Everybody. You can't tell me that you've been a sub 500 coach your whole career almost, and then one guy comes in to the same situation you had for the last 3 years, and then you jump 5 games. That dude is worth 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
So I mean, him being successful this year may get him fired. His first year of success might get him fired.
Or he just might be on the blender already, and that's just what's going on.
He might know already that he's dumping.
Which is the reason why things are the way. Which is the reason why. And Cerebro said, "Assistant head coach ain't nothing but an administrative aide." I don't think
that's what Ron said. Ron said
he just got to do more paperwork. Nah, man. You put the head on anything in the NFL, that's what that is, man. You know what I'm saying? So if Ron, heaven forbid, gets sick again, the head coach / offensive coordinator is what he's going to be.
Oh,
not
Birdie and
interim.
Cole jumped
head
in.
coach.
Mr. Walt came in at 10 plus to keep
Which is
on
what
his
I'm
job.
saying, right?
Yeah, you got to get double
Two over
digits.
his mediocre status, Mr. Roger Smith say. I'm sorry, Roger, I brought it back up. That mediocre hurt.
Say, Deacon, what if, back to Chase, if he gets 10 sacks, do we pay him that big money that he wants? That big contract, $22 million a year?
Listen, we're gonna lose one of them.
Smith say
If he is at 10, an aggressive 10, then you're talking about leadership qualities as well. This is what the other
Chase does have leadership qualities. Yeah.
Either he has leadership qualities or he has the ability to be in front of the camera. Either way, he's different than the other guy on the other side. The other guy is more of a silent assassin.
Yeah,
This guy is more of an aggressive. You have to plan a game plan around. You know what I mean? That type of dude.
And also Chase sells tickets too. Chase sells tickets.
That's true too. That's true.
But in order for Chase,
I bought this dang jersey, so he better stay on the team.
In order for Chase to sell those tickets, though, he really got to go off, man. And even if he don't get the sacks, he has to be disruptive, Al. He has to be doing other things, man. He just can't turn that corner, bull rushing, and almost getting there. That's not doing a thing, not at all. I need to see him chase some things down, like and that for like that first year, pick the ball up, take it to the house. I mean, all kind of stuff, man.
Right. Hey, Walt, if you want to come on, man, the link's in the chat. But
On,
it is a lose. I think it is a lose situation for Ron. I mean, just from my point of view, Trey has a different point of view as far as being in charge. You get the wins, you get the losses. You got to take it as they come. But I think as far as the fan base is concerned, that will be a Bieniemy plus as opposed to a Ron plus. Unless he can find another offense coordinator I don't know. We don't even know how it's going to work. I'm just saying that if it does get like that, man, there's going to be touch and go as far as who gets to stay and who gets to go.
So I got one final question for the guys, and want y'all to think about this, and maybe we can answer it real quick.
Right.
We all know that.
I keep forgetting we got new owner. We got an owner that's coming in. He don't play.
He fired his coach. He fired the coach that took him to the playoffs 3 years in a row, right? So, but the question is that since in the Dan Snyder era, which is 99 to now, who were the three best players that he had on his franchise in those 3 years? Who were the three best players? We can wrap up this session today, this YouTube today, with this three best players
under
Daniel Snyder's tenure.
Oh, wow. We're going back.
Now, are you talking about
99 to now?
Are you talking about free agency
No,
or somebody with homegrown?
Football players. It's players. Three best players.
Wow.
Daniel Snyder team. 99 to 2022.
Wow.
Ooh, I would say
21.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One.
Matter of fact, you got to say 4 players just because everybody has it on the list. I mean, it only leaves us with 2.
You know Sean Taylor.
Hey.
Come on now.
What about your boy who beat the Cowboys with the last two touchdowns in the last second?
Moss.
Moss. He was a bad boy.
I was going to say, so okay. So let's be serious here. I'm gonna say Garcon. I'm gonna say Garcon was, in my opinion, I just love that guy's energy. I like the way he played. He was a linebacker receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's
Trey's heart. That's Trey's heart.
That's one of mine. Garcon.
We got Trent Williams.
That's a jacket wear right there.
Again, that goes.
He was hurt a lot, though.
We got to say 5 players because those
Trent Williams. I got an old one, y'all, real old one. A guy by the name of Champ Bailey.
He played under your boy?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
For 4 years.
We traded Champ for
who did we get for Champ Bailey?
Oh, right in the beginning.
Going to jail.
Is
he in jail?
Yeah.
Running back that's in jail now.
Who was that? Portis, right?
Yeah, Clinton Portis.
Hey,
Portis
man,
ain't no
Southeast
bad.
Jerome was a bad boy. Southeast Jerome was a bad boy. Come on now. Portis was a bad boy.
Portis was all right, man. I don't know.
Nah, man. He had 1,400 yards for 3 seasons.
Portis
He carried us during the Gibbs years, man. 3
The
yards in the
first-
cloud of dust.
Okay, are we talking about players or are we talking about production?
Any way you want to put it, man.
No,
Because
we said players.
players,
not
because
production.
really,
That's why I like Garcon.
So don't you gotta put
Garcon
Deion in there?
squad right now will be dominant.
Deion, no, Deion was old when we got Deion. I can't put
That's what I'm
Deion.
saying. Production or you talking about player?
Deion was old when we got even Bruce Smith. Was
As a
old.
player, he's a gold jacket. As a player and
He only
production
played 1
for us,
year.
it's not.
Deion stole money from us, man. Deion stole.
No, I mean, I just said if I asked you to
Hey,
clarify, we're
hey.
talking about production or we're talking about
Nah,
player?
I can't count
Okay,
Deion as the Redskins.
Can I get an
man.
honorable mention?
Who?
Who that?
Alfred Morris.
Yeah, Alf was bad boy.
But he
Hey
played
man, I like
he
the
only
one
played
good
3
year.
years.
RG was a bad. Well, one good year. he
Alfred
was a bad boy.
Morris played even after RG left, and then went to where'd he go to Philly? Oh no, where'd he go? New York.
He also went to Dallas too. He beached out
Yeah,
Dallas
he
too.
played- he played-
Alfred
Yeah,
Morris
played
was a
everywhere.
baller.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said that because Burgundy of Gold said Stephen Davis.
Yeah, Steven was he was nasty. Now,
I mean, we had some talent, man, with this Bama. That's why.
how
he got
about
a bad
LeVar
coach.
Arrington? But they
Now,
call him.
I thought about Arrington.
Come on now, the
Nah.
office linebacker. The
Nah.
office linebacker.
Nah,
What they call him?
They
Bobby
go
Boucher?
London
Bobby
Fletcher.
Boucher.
is the linebacker. you
London
mentioned when you
Fletcher.
say-
Golly.
I mean,
That was a
I
bad
meant
boy.
to say London Fletcher.
Yeah,
I'm
you
reading-
can't knock it down to 2 or 3 people, man. You
Man,
can't.
London
It's just that we
No,
do
I
that.
like what Al did. Al made it hard because there's no way you could do it. Because Trent Williams and Sean Taylor, by far, one of the
them
better
two.
players in their
Yeah.
position. in
Y'all
the
ain't like
league.
Chris Cooley? Y'all ain't like Chris Cooley?
I like Chris Cooley.
Come
What wrong
on
with
now.
Chris Cooley?
Not as
He's
one
a
of the
bad
better
boy.
players, though.
But Chris Cooley didn't have a real defined position. They wanted to
Who?
call him tight
He was
end, but he
H-back,
really was a
tight end.
fullback. It was but when Chris Cooley was nobody checked him, which is the reason why he did all the things he did.
Nah,
They were
LeVar
like,
wasn't
he
a
ain't gonna
blitz,
catch
man.
it.
He just blitzed when he wanted to blitz. That's what he just came in. He blitzed when he wanted to blitz.
Yeah, LeVar said, "I'm do what I want to do."
Who's that? Arakpo.
Arakpo, nah, I can't get Arakpo that.
Arakpo, he
Arakpo had
couldn't
a
beat
lot
out
of
the other boy.
potential. I think Arakpo played better for when he went to Tennessee.
Yeah, he
with
did play
Tennessee.
better
He
for Tennessee.
played-
Yeah,
I think he found his niche there.
yeah.
He did. He was still young, but Arakpo was what we had. What we
Reed
had
was
as
good
far as-
though. Reed got them concussions messed Reed up though, man.
Yeah,
Reed was good.
I'm gonna tell you, if Reed stayed healthy, he'd still be playing right now. There would be no Logan Thomas. Reed was a man child. I'm
He
so
was.
excited.
Reed was tight.
Yeah, no doubt. No
Reed was
doubt.
tight,
I mean,
man.
yeah, Ryan Kerrigan
Tight.
got to be. in
Who's
there
the
too.
best quarterback? You know, RG was RG. Or y'all
quarterback?
gonna say Cousins? Cousins got all the records. Cousins got all the records.
Yeah, but I would in it healthy. I would take RG over. I would take RG over the other dude.
I would take Ryan Kerrigan over Rockpo, definitely.
Yeah, you had to. I mean, he couldn't beat out a Rackpo. It was just like we did, like we're doing this year. We got 2 ends that we got to decide on who we're going to keep.
They kept Ryan Kerrigan.
They kept Kerrigan.
Yeah, kept Kerrigan. Yeah,
Kerrigan. Yeah, Kerrigan. Kerrigan. Somebody said Brad Johnson. What?
The quarterback.
Brad Johnson.
He had one good year, didn't he? He had one good year.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl. Didn't
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl for what? Tampa Bay? It was Tampa Bay.
Brad Johnson. He had to be joking.
he? Yeah,
He had to be
that's
joking.
Walt throwing pants on the fly. That's all he doing.
Brad Johnson. Who was that?
Yeah.
No, but
Right,
listen, Snyder, which is the reason why so many people were excited to see him go. I even heard other fans who said, I'm not even really a Washington fan, but knowing that they're selling the team, they were saying things on the news like it's going to make everything better. I'm like, in the city, because they were like everybody was depressed that this guy was the owner. We ran down a list of individuals that couldn't produce for this team, man. And
playoff.
And I'm talking about these guys. These aren't homie calls. These aren't homie calls. These are guys that either went someplace else and balled out and this and that. So these are not like guys we just want to say we like them, whatever. These guys either came from someplace with a pedigree, performed when they was here, then we used them as a chip to trade them or to get rid of them. So it was like, hey man, yeah.
Hey, so our special guest didn't show up. I didn't think he would, old sucker. Well, he talked trash in the comments, but he won't come on. He won't show his face. He won't pop on.
Why you gotta be a sucker, man?
Huh? I would tell you his name too, God dog. I'm gonna put him out there.
Oh, you gonna dox him?
I'm gonna dox him. Lewis Kelly.
That's what the young folks say.
Lewis Kelly. I doxed you now. You always talking all that. But somebody did show. Hold on a second. Somebody did show up. Wait. Let me pop him off real quick.
I came here because Mitch and Murray asked me to. They asked me for a favor. I said, the real favor, follow my advice and fire your fucking ass because a loser is a loser.
Where'd he come from?
Hey, yo, we about to get out of here, man.
Before we get thrown off.
We get thrown off.
All right,
Smith like that. I'm sure he like it.
You already got him fired. All right, gentlemen, we're going to holler at these fellas next year.
Yeah, man.
We're going to take a vacation, a year vacation. Come back when it's over.
Hey, man, shout out everybody out that jumped on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for your comments.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to say Cerebro, Daryl Taylor. I know he's on there, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Roger Smith. Roger Smith came on there. You should have just jumped on video, man. Come on, man. Comb your hair, brush your teeth, jump on with the old guys, man. We be here with you, man. And then we got my man, Walt, Big Walt, man. Everybody. Walt, really, man. Let me go ahead and say this, man. Big Walt, man, it's a true fan. Not only a true fan, man, we consider him the true honorable fan, OG, man. That dude has been with us, man. And I want to give a major shout out to my man, Walt, man. Big shout out, Walt. Come on, man. You need to jump on too. You normally do. I don't know what was wrong with you today.
He had to cut the grass today.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, hold up. I got my man, Captain, the Reverend. Oh, wait a minute. Reverend Rashid Fry. I hope I said that right, man. Thank you for coming on. I don't think you've been on here before, man. But if you are here now, continue to come on and check us out on YouTube, man. We don't go live a lot, but when we do go live, we do appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, because, hey, I wouldn't watch these old guys, but you did. So thank you.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, man.
See everybody later.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know. You don't.
I run you up and down the Serengeti. Heads ain't ready. I chew you up and spit you out like chicken confetti. My rhymes are heavy like elephants, stomping your regiments, dismembering all your limbs, ripping your ligaments. I break you down to an atom, change your chemical structure, roots and culture. You don't wanna fuck with this brother. I'm like a time bomb over a fresh can of whips. Heavy stylus plexiglass, got you face down in the grass, ready to blast. Sticky for your jewels and your cash. Call me Robin Hood. Take the loot back to the hood. I wish you would try to retaliate. I wait like a sniper, beat you like Street Fighter, heat you up like a lighter. Don't need no Ghost Rider. Original skill, killing at will. Terminates career like the pill. This is real, not no fiction. Came up for my jurisdiction. I'm liver than you, whether freestyle or written, hitting hard like a hammer, like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. Plain and simple, bringing the pain. Won the battle.